We've got the thumbnail intro. So back again, Mish
Right.
Meister and Scotty
Same here.
Springer. What's up, guys? So we're back again. This is our weekly live stream, and this is our commitment. So we're doing this weekly, and I know on YouTube everybody sort of uploads at their own pace, but this is just our chance for us to connect, Mish and myself, to chat about lots of different things that are going on. He's a business owner, I'm a business owner, and I think it's good to share knowledge, and we want to collect the knowledge from you guys too. So topic today is business satisfaction. So what is business satisfaction? It's something that probably isn't a normal term. You got personal satisfaction and so on, but think about your business, how it's operating, and we're going to just debate that a little bit. So Mish, take us through your thoughts. What is business satisfaction for you?
Yeah, I think business satisfaction is, it can be a couple different things. Is it, are you, completing a mission that you've set out? Are you, having, a positive effect in the community, or, what's the purpose of your business? Is it, responding to, I guess, that kind of intersects with your personal satisfaction too, right? Like, if you have high business satisfaction, it's probably going to spill over into, your personal life and other things too. I mean, we obviously all get involved in a business to, have a certain lifestyle, or, help certain people, or, with certain goals in mind. So I think that, the more, we have satisfaction in our workplace, or that we're completing goals, that, then there's other positive things that come into our life. So yeah, a couple other things I did, because I, being the trusty organizer that I am, I made some notes here. So yeah, I think, like I said, like fulfilling a purpose, or, is the business beneficial for something, or is it, or are we actually, another good point I thought is, or, a lot of times, you know, based on the fact that a lot of us business owners, we're constantly trying to grow and evolve and get better and better. We tend to, think of ourselves as accomplishing things while we're being busy, right? So, constantly doing things, or trying to be aware of new tactics or techniques, or, the brightest new shiny object. But, sometimes that takes away from, the true goals of what we're doing. I mean, sometimes the behaviors or the things that we're doing can be, I guess you could consider, maybe somewhat boring and monotonous, although that may be the best thing to be doing at that point to, reach our goals, and then lead to, future satisfaction.
So just on that,
so I don't know, like, what do you think about those points?
Yeah,
Kind of,
I'll just throw it out there. Like, obviously, it depends on, I guess, the history of the company, how long it's been around. And I absolutely agree. It's about goals, and sometimes you get this external influence. So something like, the markets are disrupted, everyone's shut down, lockdown. That's a few years ago now, but the priorities can definitely shift. So I think people are quite satisfied that they've come through some hardships, and maybe they're back and still operating. So just the fact that they're still running, that's a win. And so they could find, maybe it does change their perspective, so they're more satisfied now versus something where maybe they were chasing some lofty goal and they weren't able to, maybe it's a long-term thing and it's hard to appreciate it. I guess that's probably where it means for me, is the business satisfaction is an appreciation for what you've got, and then also a confidence of, what's the likelihood of it continuing, in its current run rate, so without having to, take on tons of risk and really stress yourself out personally as a business owner. So yeah, I don't know. It's one that's always, I feel like I'm always chasing. So maybe we can lend our personal examples to it. But yeah, for me, it's goals, and it's it's just balancing the stability of it. For me, I like to know that there's a good pipeline of things coming down. So it's not like you're chasing something month on month. A business should be structured so you've got a nice cycle, even year on year. You've got your forecast, you've got your budget, and you can track. I would say that chasing satisfaction isn't really like, double-digit growth. That's pushing the limit of satisfaction. I feel it's more getting to the territory of being greedy. I think if you can just be stable, have a good, grow with the rest of the market and the economy, and just be in business, I think that's because you can be satisfied. Imagine you're creating jobs too. And that's a piece that goes beyond just profits and so on. So yeah,
no, interesting. In more, like, as you're talking, all those are great points. It made me think about, you know, a lot of us maybe in businesses that we're not so passionate about, right? Like we just got involved because, you know, we may have partners, or we may thought it's like a sort, you know, a good idea to make a lot of money, but in the end, maybe money isn't, you know, your only motivator. You know, like money's a tool we can use, but I think, you know, in any job or any career, finding your passion and, you know, fulfilling that is actually much more rewarding, right? So, you know, maybe find businesses or ventures or projects that, you know, respond to your passion. So, you know, to some degree, it maybe takes some reflection to think internally. And I think this is topical too now, as you mentioned, post COVID or post, you know, pandemic. A lot of people maybe are reflecting on, you know, their lives and what they really want to do. You know, I know I have. So maybe that's something to consider. You know, for the people that are watching this video, is reflect on, you know, what gives you passion, what makes you tick, and, you know, focus your energy on that, and then from there, you know, everything else I think will fall into place, right? Like, you know, you'll maybe make more money, you'll be more, um, you know, inspired, you'll be less stressed, you know, you'll be feeling like, you know, you're actually making contribution to the world and to yourself in a better way.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, it's a good reminder. Obviously, people are either considering getting into new business, or they've been in a business owner for a while. But your hands can become tied, and that's the case. You know, as an entrepreneur, or as somebody that's inherited a business that you're running and operating. You know, often you got to question, like, what is the future beyond maybe this year and next year. So you can definitely look at pivoting. You can look at your personal freedom as the owner. We chatted last session about, you know, exiting businesses and selling, and I think the business satisfaction has a lot to do with the personal satisfaction. So get to know yourself, get to know where your happiness comes from. Certainly, the more liberty you have in terms of flexibility, so you're not. I mean, they say working in the business instead of working on the business. So hopefully,
Yep.
head in the direction of working on the business, and as the business owner, look to remove yourself from the obligations. I think you said people are often just, you know, they're so close to their business, they're integral to it, they can't really step back from it, and yeah, so it's a very clouded space in terms of satisfaction. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
I
cool
would
topic.
also,
It's a favorite one for me. I
yeah,
love chatting about it.
yeah, for sure. And I was also add, you know, for some, again, for some of these people watching it, like if you can't step away from your business, if you can't take a vacation whenever you want, and, you know, it can run without you, you know, the reality is you're actually an employee within your own business. You're not a true entrepreneur, right? You know, I think if you free yourself from being chained to always being there every day, and, you know, not being able to delegate any of the work, and not having people that are trusting you, that should be a point of reflection to say, okay, well, maybe some things should change. Maybe, you know, I don't have the right systems, or I don't have the right frameworks, or I don't have the right staff, or I don't have the right, you know, tools at my disposal, if you will, to, you know, increase my satisfaction.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna have a think too about exactly right, your own role within the business, and the whole point is you can always embrace change. So take on something new, and maybe on that point we can wrap up there. But just guys, if you want to
Yeah.
share thoughts about that, you know, we want to hear about what your experience is like. What are you chasing in terms of your own business prospects and what's happening there? And yeah, if you want to have a side chat, Mish, we're always ready to take
Yeah.
calls and emails, right?
Yeah, right. Drop us a line, and yeah, just hopefully this has sparked some reflection on your end, and yeah, we're always interested in connecting with, you know, like-minded people, and so drop us some comments and see, you know, does that resonate with you? Do you have anything else to add? You know, what is, you know, kind of what are your thoughts about all that?
Yeah, super cool. All right, guys, we'll check you in the next one.
All right, cheers.